extra time.
Obviously, Smudge has had a tough couple of days in the headlines. Have you had a chance to have a chat to him, and how's he going?
Yeah. I've obviously had a chance to chat with him. We're in a bubble together, so see him every day. But yeah, I'm really disappointed with the way everyone's jumped on the back of him. He's played close to 80 odd test matches or whatnot, and I think he's done that every test match he's ever done. And to be honest, I've done it every test match as well. There's nothing wrong with it. Smithy loves batting. We all know that, and even though that we weren't batting in the rest of the remaining of that test match, he's still thinking about batting, and he does it to help me as well. He's looking about where I should look to pitch the ball, what pace I need to bowl on that wicket. So it's all about conversation. So yeah, he's going okay. He's got all my support and everyone's support here in the Australian change room. But yeah, we're just really disappointed with everyone coming out and saying the things about Smithy, because it's none of it's true. So, but it is what it is.
I just wanted to ask, Tim Paine obviously copped a bit of criticism for the things that he said and the way he played the game. And full credit to him for owning up to that yesterday and doing what he did. What's your view on the whole sledging and gamesmanship and the, chatting to the opposition and what he went through?
I think Paine showed a lot of humility and a great leader to come out after a game and put his hand up and say he didn't play the game that he wanted to play. And so I know Tim Paine, playing under Tim Paine, bowling to Tim Paine is absolutely exceptional. I absolutely love him to death. And yes, he didn't have the game that he wanted or the Australian cricket team wanted him to have, but he owned that, and he will come out, Gabba, and make sure that his preparation before the test match starts is on key. But he's been absolutely brilliant. He got thrown the captaincy job in a pretty hard circumstance, and he's absolutely owned it. And I think he's been absolutely brilliant for Australian cricket. He does provide a lot of banter behind stumps, which is absolutely brilliant in my eyes. Did he get probably too emotional in the game? Yes, probably, but he's owned that. So I'm expecting him to come out and be no different and be as clinical as he ever has been behind the stumps, because even he said after the game, there's nothing more than he hates than dropping a catch. And for him to drop 3 catches behind the stumps is unheard of. So I know that he'll be doing everything in his power to be 100% ready and rearing to go come this last test match to hopefully wrap up the series for Australia.
Got a question about, I suppose, the precedent that was set at the SCG with Siraj, calling out abuse from the crowd. I know that you and others in the Australian team have faced abuse in the past, may not have been of a racial nature, but would you be comfortable in future if you're on the boundary and getting, abuse to sort of stop play and say, look, I'm not prepared to cop this?
Yeah, it's a very interesting one, and for me, there's no room for any racial or any abuse in any type. I know people think they're being funny, but it can affect people in different ways. So yeah, it's an interesting one. But for me, cricket's a sport for all, and there's no room for it at all. So I think it's quite disgusting, to be honest with you. Yes, I've been on the other end of it, copping abuse, whether that's in England or New Zealand or South Africa or wherever it may be. But there's no room for it. So I think you got to try, as a player, you got to try your best to try and block it out. But if it's time's right to call in the match officials, but we've got a lot of security around the ground these days, so hopefully that they can do their job, and if there's anyone doing that they can be removed, because there's absolutely no place for it.
Talk us through the lift that the side gets from playing at the Gabba, the history with the record, and even Tim mentioned to AUSvIND while he was batting, come to the Gabba. It seems like the team's sort of got this confidence, extra confidence coming to play in Brisbane.
Oh, 100%. And yes, we do have an amazing record here at the Gabba, and we do have confidence playing here. We know how to play really positive brand of cricket here in Brisbane. So that's exciting, but we can't rest on that. We know how talented India are, and we know how hungry they are to come out and win this series. So, we need to make sure that our preparation is on key here, so we can come out and play our positive brand of cricket that we love to play here at the Brisbane. But I think there's no one in the Australian cricket team who doesn't like playing cricket at the Gabba. It's a brilliant place to play. So hopefully with the crowd restrictions, as many as people that we can get there to support both teams. Hopefully more Australians than support, but it'll be an amazing test match either way. So it's going to be exciting to get back out there.
It looks like India is going to be missing out on Jasprit Bumrah and also Ravindra Jadeja. Do you expect them to show up, sort of fight which we saw in SCG at the Gabba as well? Because given Australia's record, which is quite impressive, it looks like it's advantage Australia.
I wouldn't say that. I think you look at the class throughout the whole Indian squad. Yes, they may be missing a couple of big players for them, but they've got a very talented and very deep squad that they can pick from. So, but to be honest with you, we just got to worry about our preparation. We can't look too far what they're doing, or how they're preparing, or who might be playing. It's just about, for us right now, where we are. It's about making sure that we're controlling what we can control, and that's purely our preparation and making sure that firstly our recovery is right on key, and then our plans are as bowlers that we're very, very well suited to the Gabba. So hopefully that we can put them into play nice and early when we get the ball in hand.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.